Hey, today we're gonna have fun, a question and answer, and it's not prepared. Everybody gonna get a chance to ask me a question. Get a chance to ask me a question. You can ask me any question, and I hope I can answer them. I'm gonna answer to the best of my knowledge. Now, who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Oh,
okay.
yes, right.
Okay, you can go.
Okay, who do you like better, me or my brother?
You tell me. Wait, hold on. You telling me? Well, I'm sweating now. Well, I'm sweating.
Who's your favorite, me or my brother?
Oh my God!
Oh,
when you ask me that question, you ask me. You know what you asked me? That question. You asked me which one I like more, the feminine energy or the masculine energy. And
tell the truth, shame them.
And if I go with the feminine energy, then I'm gonna leave out the masculine energy. So when I go with the masculine energy, I'm gonna leave out the feminine energy. So that is a very, very difficult question for anybody to answer. I gotta say, I love God and I love y'all both, and I'm planning on borrowing some money from y'all a little later on. That's my best answer.
It's a red bird.
It's a red bird.
Anybody else? Come on now, Sarai.
Go ahead, Sarai.
Okay.
Come on around here and see if you want to be on a part of it.
I have 3 questions for you.
No, one. No, I can't answer 3 at one time.
You're doing too much, Sarai. Just do one question, Sarai. Come on over here. Let me hold your cup. Sarai. Come on, got it. Now go ask your question.
Don't put your hand on that. Okay, go ahead. Come over behind me. A little closer.
Okay. What is okay? Move over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sarai.
Okay. What do you like better, mint, chocolate chip, or just mint?
Mint.
I love mint too.
No. I didn't answer the question. I didn't answer the question yet. You said mint and chocolate chip.
Or mint chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Mint. I'm finna ask you what that is, but because a mint chocolate chip, I ain't know that one, no bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Okay, ask me another question, because I'm saying mint chocolate chip. You know what I'm saying?
What are the other, Dad?
A mint chocolate chip. I don't really know what that is now. Ask me a simple question. That's a hard question.
Mint chocolate chip is? It's the
ice cream.
The ice cream bars.
Oh, Klondike.
The Klondike bars.
Oh, the Klondike. Let me tell you. Wait. Let me answer this. Let me answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You want to know which one I like? The mint, or the
by itself.
The mint by itself.
Or the mint chocolate chip.
The mint chocolate chip. Let me answer this question. Personally, my shadow like the mint chocolate chip, and I like the mint. So
you be
that's right.
tearing up my Klondike bars.
Wait,
Yeah. See, my shadow like the mint chocolate chip, the chocolate, right? And I just like the mint.
My dad be going in there middle of the night, eating my ice cream.
So that let you know that I don't be eating all the ice cream up. You know what I'm saying? My shadow be eating the ice cream up. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to tell her that. Okay.
It's like
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his shadow.
My shadow.
Wait.
My shadow
You be eating at the ice cream because your shadow.
I'm trying to. You ask me a question which one I like. I'm trying to tell you I don't eat. I can't stand no the chocolate. You know what I'm saying? My shadow be eating the chocolate. And I be eating mint.
Wait a second. But y'all have mint chocolate chip
Man, when
ice cream in there. I remember
Okay, I'll answer that question. Okay, now, Jamie, your time.
I had them to share it because I didn't want them to waste it. When they had that Klondike bar, they was that mint
They went crazy.
Oh my God, I heard them at my door playing.
My cousin, the future Hall of Fame football player, basketball player, musician.
I hear them. They
He's
came
all
to
around.
whisper
Jamie.
at the door plotting.
You got a question to ask me.
Trying to get to the Klondike bar.
Heck no.
Oh, my mother came up with my name. He said, he asked me which one of my parents came up with my name. My mother came up with my name. My mother, my
Look at Jamie, all mature and stuff.
my dad had a friend named Theotis, and my mother fell in love with that name. So she called me Theotis. Now, Theo means in the Greek name God. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So T-I-S means the love of God. You know what I'm saying? That's Theotis, like the oldest Theotis. You know. And I'm the only one at the school. You know what I'm saying? When I was elementary, I had that name. I was the only one in junior high had that name. I was the only one in senior high had that name. I was the only one in college had that name. I was the only one at work at the post office that had a name. You know, until I heard this song called Theotis. This another guy got a name at Theotis. You know what I'm saying? But I had that name by myself for a long time. Theotis. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to make it fold your hand, but I'm trying to answer the question the best way I know how. Okay? Cousin Roger, you have a question to ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh man. So how was it growing up in Goose? No. This is what I really want to ask. Did y'all go to church a lot? Did y'all grandma take y'all to church a lot?
Hey, look out. Back in the 50s and the 60s. Let's put it this way. If you had a girlfriend and you go over to that girl house, or you go over there to play with her, and they ask you do you go to church, and you say no, you can play with.
You can play with her.
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer that question right there now. You know, if you wanna play with you like 7, 8 years old, you had the little girl that you like, you fight all the time with her. And the parents don't find out that you don't go to church.
You say you ain't good enough.
You had to know the deacon name, the minister name, you had to know all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
that was a good thing though. That was a good thing. You know?
But y'all didn't go every Sunday though. Like
you had to go every Sunday. You had to go to Sunday school.
Okay.
And you had to go to church.
Okay.
And the two biggest churches that they had was the Methodist and the Baptist church. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And most of the people was in the Holiness Church was the people's on the season. The ones that would go up and down on the season, they were in the Holiness Church for some reason. I don't know. But the ones that was more.
What does that mean, up and down on the season?
Yeah.
What does that mean, up and down on the season?
Like you know, like when the season changed, like when trying to pick tomatoes and up there and Dover, Delaware. They go to Delaware. When it's time to pick tomatoes down here, they'll come down here and pick it up there in Homestead, Florida City, and the Redlands area. You know. So the answer to that question, you had to be in the church.
Okay.
And you had to know scripture by heart. Just like during the time I came up, you had to go to the bulletin board. Now they got the hand computer, you know. You know what I'm saying? And then you had to know your timetables by heart. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You know. So this is a different educational process. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I got one.
I'm trying to get away from you now.
And now, so when you went to elementary, was it Pine Villa that you went to?
Yeah, Pine Villa.
So Pine Villa been up that long?
No, see, Pine Villa was they had Pine Villa as potable first.
Oh, okay.
See, they had Mays High School. Mays was donated by Marlon and Polly Mays. Okay. Their body at Arlington Memorial Cemetery in DC.
Okay.
And they had a whole lot of farmland. They donated that land to Dade County School Board. And
was those black people or white people?
No, they were black people.
Wow.
Black
farmers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, black.
Oh my God.
In the area of Goose, you had the Pace. They had a whole lot of property. You had the Majors. They had a whole lot of property. You had Catman.
He had a whole lot of property. Mays, but it's Arthur and
Arthur Mays.
Arthur
Mays.
No. Arthur and Holly.
Mays.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was ahead of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So when they
I never knew that.
Yeah, when they fixed the schools and when they donate that money to school, they kind of fix the schools. That means that people from Florida City, Homestead, and Goose and Prime then had to go to Carver up there in Coconut Grove.
So that was the main school for everybody, pretty much.
In Coconut Grove.
Before they started building the
other school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coconut Grove is far from Goose.
Yeah.
So imagine that trip.
Dang. So y'all going all the way to the Grove?
They was
to go to school.
Yeah.
But that was a strong black community I heard too before they put the highway. Before they ran the highway.
Well,
there.
you know, when they was talking to us when we were going to segregation, the black school was progress.
Yeah.
They were progressing in reading. You know what I'm saying? All areas, you know. And then because the teachers cared about them, you know. If a student come to class and didn't have the right codes, the teachers would get together.
The community.
And bring some clothes, a whole box of clothes.
Wow. You would never hear that today.
And then our track coach, Mr. Mike Falls, he was a patrol officer.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't come to school, he'll come to your house
and come get you.
And come get you. He would knock on the door like he a police.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he would come and get you. You know what I'm saying? So all that era was a blessing, getting us prepared for what's happening now. Now they said that the maize was, you know, I heard a whole lot of people were saying that. They were saying that a whole lot of when we get ready to go to college, when they transferred from segregation to boycott to integration, they said that the blacks were going to be behind, you know, the whites, right? So when they phased maize out, we went to South Day, Rebels, and went to Miami-Dade Junior College. Mm-hmm. Couldn't find out the math that they were teaching in our freshman year of college. I had took that in 9th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Trigonometry, you know what I'm saying? I had took that in 10th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Geometry, because see these.
They were really preparing y'all.
But we weren't conscious of it because we were competing against other blacks. We weren't competing against the whites. So that's how I didn't have a hard time in architecture, engineering, in the field of technology because I was ahead of my time.
Yeah.
My only problem I had was a stuttering problem. There's a whole lot of people cannot speak this language. You got to have a stuttering problem. It's not that they can't read. It's the some kind of way they cannot pronounce some words, but they read and bring it out to the tongue. You know what I'm saying? I like to say that. But to read a book, I can read a book real fast. You know what I'm saying? And comprehend. But that's what it was.
Preparing them. A lot of communities were formed from the ones that were in Georgia and South Carolina. The ones that had money came back to other places within the United States where black people were struggling, and they used their own money, own personal money to build schools.
Wow.
So if we have more money now than we did back then in terms of dollars.
It's our entertainers, bro. You don't hold them niggas accountable.
You know another thing, you know, they talk about they don't want to talk about this, you know, they said the Underground Railroad, right? Mm-hmm. And Harriet Tubman, right? Mm-hmm. But it was 2 Underground Railroads.
They always talk about the northern one. They never talk about the one going south.
See, the blacks knew that in order to, the runaway slaves knew that if they could get past the Seminole Indians and get in Homestead, in Florida City, in the Goose area, they got it made. You know what I'm saying?
That's why so many of us so chocolate down there.
Yeah.
We got past all of that and we stayed together as a community for a long time.
And then they couldn't do the Seminole Indian was the last known tribes of Indians that the only tribe of Indians that was free.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle it, you know. They couldn't handle the Seminole Indians, you know what I'm saying? And Chief Osceola,
Osceola, Florida.
His wife was a black woman. His wife was a black woman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So hey, look at y'all better come ask me another question, huh?
And so the teachers, they must have been a part of the community more. Y'all, so they stayed in the community. So that means that that's how they really cared. So y'all got to see y'all teachers.
The librarian, the
churches and everything.
The librarian at Pineville Elementary. She lived next door to us.
Wow.
So we had a blessing. We had Homestead Air Force Base. You know what I'm saying? And there was a whole lot of people in the community that
was working up there?
Working there, joined the military service, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of people within the community married airmen, you know what I'm saying? And had a chance to travel, you know? And everything, and then you had businesses. You had black-owned businesses, black-owned stores, black-owned this and black-owned that. I think I probably, when we went to...
Integration?
Integration. We went to integration, and then everything went downhill, you know what I'm saying? And blacks had I mean, they was, Black Wall Street was popping up everywhere, you know?
Zion, ask a question, Zion.
Come on, Zion, I got all this time now, you know? Getting dark.
You want to know anything out the blue? Ask him why he sound like that.
Oh yeah. What's your shadow?
Huh?
What's your shadow?
My shadow is an excuse to when I talk to the kids, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand. Their understanding is not like your ones and my daughters. They're more in a fantasy world.
Okay.
So when you relate to them, they know you're telling a lie.
Yeah.
But you got to tell them that you didn't eat the cookie. Your shadow ate the cookie. You know what I'm saying? And stand by. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And stand by. And they know. See, they have a good time with that because they know that your shadow didn't eat that cookie. You ate the cookie. You know what I'm saying? But that's the game. That's the way they like to communicate. They can't communicate like the way me and you communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Serious note for a
You
long
know?
period of time. Yeah.
You have to tell them like the monster will run behind me and the monster will try to catch me and I failed and the monster came up to me and said, tag you, you know? They like that conversation, you know what I'm saying? You know? But if you just say the monster, you know, I seen the monster and the monster doing this, the monster that, guess what? They won't pay you no attention. But you have to keep the interest, you know what I'm saying?
Around killing
Anything else you want to ask me?
Oh, one more thing. Since this is a Father's Day interview, I want to ask, what's your favorite Father's Day moment?
My favorite Father's Day moment
Even if it wasn't
is,
I believe Saraje.
it's not, I cannot, it's not one thing. It would never be one thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, but it's a feeling within me to be connected. You know what I'm saying? Not only connected to the family, but connected to the universe. Knowing that it's a feeling, you know. You know, it's like you was a conductor and you had all the instruments out there playing. You know what I'm saying? And you have them synchronized. You know what I'm saying? You know. And I'm one of the individuals that playing an instrument. You know, and I feel connected to the whole universe. You know, that's my moment. Every day I wake up, you know what I'm saying? Every day I go to sleep, you know, that's my moment. That's my moment, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know. Roger, you're still trying. Now come on, we got to go.
Hey man, nah man, but cause I always kind of hear too about, you know, a lot of the Indian, they said they had a lot of reservations down there as well, and black people. Were we kind of together in that kind of way back then?
Well, around when I was a little kid, we used to go fishing in a place called Black Creek.
Okay. I'm familiar with that.
Indians around Black Creek, they had tents there.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll leave and they go hunting, and they'll have the tents. I'm talking really tents because we used to, kids real bad as hell. We would go there and see what they know we done been there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we used to go where they go and then on a place called Moody Drive, they used to have tents on both sides of Moody Drive.
Wow, on the street.
On Moody Drive, and then they had tents there, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they had a little canal there that run through, and you could fish through there. You know what I'm saying? They had big brims were coming through there. They were living off the land. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You see. And that's why you ever notice that the blacks that come from South Florida, they have a survival thing about that. They know how to survive. Like I had a conversation earlier about coon possums, you know what I'm saying? They know how to go back to basic and know how to survive, you know? And most of them, although some of them might go and live in the city, they don't like that city life, you know what I'm saying? They more in tune with nature.
Yeah.
And,
that's me for sure.
Yeah. Tiffany, you have more questions to ask me, daughter?
Let me see. What's another question? Are you happy that you came up here after living majority of your life in Dade County? Are you happy that you're up here in Georgia?
You know something? I'm gonna answer that with yes with a reason. The reason I answer yes because I think that's a part of my contract, in my spiritual contract, you know. So everybody have a contract when they come here, and a part of my spiritual contract is the fact that I have to do certain things before I be called home.
Yeah.
So I think this is because within a year's time, see how much we done did on the property.
Yes.
Within 2 years' time, you know what I'm saying? The average person when they came up here, they couldn't do what we did in 2 years' time.
Especially with all that adversity.
Yeah, the devil. I call it the devil. You know,
The
what I'm saying?
devils were busy.
Them devils is just that's their job. They can't do anything. They can't come and help you.
Yeah.
They can't come and give you a compliment.
Yeah.
And the only thing they want to do is destroy. You know, divide, conquer, and destroy. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I hope y'all enjoy this conversation I have with my family. They didn't really ask me no hard question, you know, because I'm the smartest man on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But I gave them a break and answered the questions that I answered to the best of my ability, you know. But I wish I had some more kids here. They asked me about, did I ever eat a frog? Did I ever wake up when a roach was on me? You know what I'm saying? When you were little, did a snake was ever get in the house?
And then when my dad was growing up, telling him you had to deal with a lot of scorpions.
Yeah, did you ever get bit by a scorpion? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
When a lizard was in the house, all your sisters, I had 5 sisters. When a lizard get in the house, did you have to
It's not like
play Superman and catch the lizard? You know what I'm saying? And for your sisters them won't be scared of the lizard. You know, I thought them the questions that they could ask me. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they didn't ask me that. They gave me a break. You know. But y'all can relate to that. But y'all have the time on this Father's Day. Y'all please like and subscribe and I'm really enjoying the stay with the family. You know, we just had a good time. Get down and eat. We just don't have no book and moonshine like we used to have a long time ago. You know, we have Kool-Aid, something like that. You think, but we're gonna have a good time. We have a good time, and the family is bonding. Everybody, and the family is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I pray that every male reconnect with the family. I don't care how bad they get it. Just tell them, hey, I just call big boys, something like that, you know. Reconnect, you know. So when y'all have time, please like and subscribe, and I'm glad that y'all took the time to enjoy this Father's Day with me and my family. Thank you very much.